Hey friends, in today's video, I have teamed up with Jane Iredale and I have done something that was not easy. I have narrowed down and selected 7 of my absolute favorite products from the brand, products that I am 120% confident and excited to share with you and recommend to you. They are having their Black Friday sale right now, 20% off site-wide. So everything I'm about to share with you, you can pick up for 20% off. In addition to that, when you spend $100 or more on the website, you also get a hyaluronic acid lip gloss for free, full size. So I started this video off saying I was just gonna pick 5, but I couldn't. I could not just pick 5. It was impossible. So we have 7, and let's go ahead and get started. So first up, we have the Hydropure Serum. So this is like a skincare and complexion product hybrid. It is loaded with hyaluronic acid, so it is very hydrating to the skin. It helps retain and attract moisture to the skin. And it also has little pigment beads in here, so it's gonna give a little bit of coverage and color to the skin to kind of even out skin tone, give a little bit of coverage, but this is definitely not like a full coverage product. The way that I like to use this product is I will use this on the days where I really don't wanna wear much makeup, and I'll wear this alone, maybe with a little bit of concealer. I will also pair this under the next product I'm about to share. It's just like an extra little skincare product, but also to give me a little bit more coverage. It is so beautiful on the skin. It gives like this natural radiance to the skin. Like there's this radiance to the skin, but it doesn't look shiny. It's kind of like a radiant matte finish, if that makes sense. I like to apply this with my fingers. You can apply it with the brush, but I really just apply this like a skincare product. So I'll apply my skincare in the morning, and then if you apply your SPF, and then I'll go in and do about 2 pumps of this all over. It's really impossible to mess this up. Like you can do 1 pump, or you can even do two. It might feel like a lot at first, but you can really just work it into the skin. And it's just so flexible in pigment that you will see it just disappear into the skin. And you can still see your skin through it, but all of a sudden your skin looks a little bit more radiant and a little bit more even. It's absolutely beautiful. I am the shade Light 2 in this, but again, it's very flexible, so I could go up or down a shade and be fine. Love this. Okay, next up we have, I think this is probably their best selling product. This is the product that started me onto the brand. This is the Mineral Pressed Foundation Powder. It also has an SPF of 20, and this product, you guys, I always love when I try a new brand for the first time and I happen to stumble across like just a phenomenal product of theirs as my first purchase, because it's just such a great introductory to a brand, right? When you try a product that is absolutely amazing and then it just excites you to try more and more from them. That's what happened here. I stumbled into a store to shop Jane Iredale, and the Jane Iredale global makeup artist, Sean, who I now can call a friend, he was working there and he was introducing me to this product. And my first thought was like, it's a powder foundation. I don't like powder foundations. I don't wear powder foundations. But he was, charming, and he was insistent, and I let him apply it on my skin. And I was shocked by how good my skin looked. It did not look like any other powder foundation that I had ever worn before. It looked like one of my best and favorite liquid foundations or cream foundations. The skin looked very natural. I had really beautiful, solid coverage, like a good medium coverage, and it lasted all, I didn't put it on in the morning, but I saw him late afternoon and I didn't wash my face till late evening. It still looked so good. Also, the texture and pores on my skin looked very smooth and airbrushed. It just had a beautiful, beautiful finish, and I love that it has an SPF of 20 in it, and I love how quick and easy it is to apply. So the way that I use this is just like I would any other foundation. Apply it over my tinted SPF, apply it over the Hydropure Serum. You can even dust this over your favorite liquid foundation if you want, like those days where you want extra coverage. But keep in mind, this is a foundation. So if you're treating it like a setting powder, you want to be very, very light-handed with it, because it's going to add a lot more coverage than, say, a setting powder would. I have had a lot of you guys that have purchased this and used this since I've been talking about Jane Iredale over the last year. And I get so many compliments and reviews and just thanks that I introduced you to this, because you also love it. I have a lot of women in their 70s that'll write to me and say, I'm in my 70s and I love this. So this is a wonderful, wonderful product. I'm the shade Golden Glow in this, and I'll put that down in the description box below. But if you like convenience and quick, easy makeup, I would definitely give this a try. Okay, next up we have my favorite cream blush of all time. And man, is that a statement, right? I mean, that's a giant statement because you guys know I love my cream blush. I'm coining this my favorite cream blush. Like, I'm knocking my Westman Atelier petal off the throne, even though I love it. It's still a good one. I love it, love it, love it. I wore it the other day, but I'm removing that from the throne, and that's going from first place to second place because of the Jane Iredale Cream Stick Blush in the shade Balmy. You guys, this color, I'm gonna have it on my cheeks now. It is just the most beautiful peachy pink there is. It just period is. It gives me like this very flushed, like perfect skin day. Does that make sense? I'm having a hard time describing things today. It's just beautiful. I feel like I have such a healthy, youthful glow when I wear this. I also love the amount of pigment that I get in this. There's a good amount of pigment, but it's very easy to blend out. It's not overly pigmented, and it's certainly not too sheer. So you get a lot of payoff when you apply it. I like to use my brush and apply like from my brush to the product and then go on. I feel like I have a little more control that way, but you can also apply it to the skin and then blend it out with a brush. It lasts all day. It gives a bit of a glow because of the texture. There's no shimmer to this. It's not like a pearlescent formula, but it's just, I mean, it just gives that beautiful, soft, natural looking glow. I love this color. I don't know why this makes me feel like a Miami night. Like if I were in Miami one night and like a hot summer night, like this is how my cheeks would look. I don't know. Balmy, maybe the name. I just love this color. It is so beautiful. I think it is gorgeous on all skin tones. And I think it's just a really beautiful way to add a youthful, healthy glow to the skin. So I love, love, love this color. And this is another product that, you know, I have just sung its praises for a while and a lot of you have picked up, and I just hear from a lot of you how much you love it also. So Balmy Cream Stick Blush. Okay, next up is their eyeshadow palettes, and I narrowed it down to 2, so this kind of counts as 2 products, but they're pure pressed eyeshadow palettes. So these are kind of like mini palettes. You could call them mini palettes, but you do get 6 shades in there, so you get a nice variety of shades. I picked 2 palettes that I love and that I think are beautiful for all skin tones. One is matte and one has some shimmer. So first up, we have the Naturally Matte palette, and these are all matte shades. Their matte formulas are really beautiful and consistent, meaning that when you go to blend it out on the skin, it's very consistent. It's not patchy. It's got a good amount of pigment. You get a lot of pickup and payoff, but it's not too much. They're very easy to work with. They're very smooth. They're creamy in the sense that they just give this very consistent velvety finish to the skin. Absolutely beautiful. This one I love because you have a light shade to highlight the brow. You've got a nice little light peach shade for the lid. And then you've got these 4 shades here that range from like really warm to a bit more cool. Great for outer corners or to use as eyeliners, lower lash line, upper lash line. You can use them both. Very warm palette, but again, you have these shades right here that lean a little bit cooler, so you have some versatility. This is the palette that you can use all by itself to create a great everyday basic look, or just have it in hand with something like this, which is the Solar Flare palette. And this one's really fun. These are all shimmer shades, and just like the Naturally Matte one, you also get a couple of cool tone and then a couple of warm tone, and you get this really fun jewel tone shade right here. This light ivory shade has a bit of a sheen to it. It is so, so beautiful on the skin. Not too shimmery, but it just looks like the most gorgeous glow and light to the skin. Very, very pretty formula. Today on my eyes, I actually have a combo of both of these palettes. So what I did was I started with this shade right here in the crease, and then I used these 2 shades right here from the shimmery palette, and I packed it on the outer half of my lid. I started with this taupe shade first, and then I worked my way into this really beautiful bronzy shade. Let me show you these. I mean, they're just so, so pretty. These are very mature skin friendly for shimmers. They just lay on the skin just beautifully. They're not chunky. There's no fallout. They just light up the eyes. So stunning. And then I took this shade and I highlighted underneath the brow, and then I also put a little bit of it in the inner corner. For my lower lash line, I went back to this palette and I took a mixture of these 2 shades on my lower lash line to line the lower part of my eyes. So I wanted to share them both because I feel like if you want a good matte, this is the one I'd recommend. If you want like a fun kind of shimmery palette, this is the one that I recommend. If you're deciding between just one or the other, the Naturally Matte is more of like your great staple everyday palette. But at the same time, you know, it's matte neutrals, so you might have something like it, and in which case maybe you get the fun shimmery shades. But these 2 are so beautiful. I love these color combinations, and both the shimmer and the matte formulas are just perfection. Okay, the the next product I'm excited to share because I feel like I haven't really hyped this up as much as I've been talking about Jane Iredale. It's like maybe a new favorite from Jane Iredale. It is their mascara. It's the volumizing mascara. I'm not sure if they have multiple mascaras. I think they do have multiple mascaras. The volumizing mascara though is just like so impressive, you guys. I have it on my lashes today and I have absolutely no lash primer. I just have this on my lashes and you get mega, mega volume. And it's not clumping at all. I really built it up and layered it and I didn't have an issue with clumping. On this eye right here, I do want to point out that I have a little bit of lash glue that is stuck in there. It's been stuck in there for days. And from the Ink 5000 conference, I wore lashes and I applied too much glue. So if this looks a little clumpy, it's because it's lash glue. But actually, I don't think it does. But I love this. I'm going to order a couple more tubes so I can keep some here at the studio and then I can keep some at home. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, and the last product that I wanted to share is their new Color Luxe lipsticks. And in general, this formula is beautiful. So pick your favorite shade. I'm gonna share the one that I have on right now, which is Magnolia. And then I'm also gonna list a few of my other favorite shades in the description box below. There at home, when I was filming this and I was gathering my products, I realized that the 3 that I wear most often from this formula are at home because I wear them most often. So I will list those down below. The Color Luxe lipsticks, these actually just recently launched and I love this lipstick formula because it is packed with pigment, packed with hydration, and it's not too like a glossy. It has a very natural satin-like finish. So it's not shiny or sticky or glossy, but it's not matte either. It's just very, very comfortable on the lips. You can layer and build it. It's pigmented, so you're not necessarily gonna get a sheer application from this ever, but you can get a lighter application and you can kind of layer it up to get a little more impact. Great wearability. This really does stay on the lips. You know, after I eat like a heavy meal, then I definitely will need to touch up. But for other purposes, I mean, it lasts for hours on the lips and it's very hydrating and very comfortable. It also kind of smooths out the texture on my lips because it's so hydrating. Love, love, love these. This is the shade Magnolia. And again, I'll list a few of my other favorites down below. So those are my top 7 recommendations for Jane Iredale's Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. I'm gonna list them all down below along with all the details for the sale that is happening right now and it goes to the 27th. 20% off site-wide, you guys, plus a free full-size lip gloss when you spend $100 or more. Leave me all your questions in the comments down below and also share what your favorite products are from Jane Iredale for everyone else. I love when I hear feedback from you guys, even if you disagree with something that I said or you don't like a product that I used or maybe a product that I love and use didn't work out for you, share that because it's good for us to kind of read and understand like, oh, okay, it works great for Lisa's skin, but maybe not for someone with really oily skin or whatever. So I love hearing your feedback. Let's share all the love, all the info down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.